Welcome back to Cal Hates Cars. I absolutely hate cars. Too cheap to pay someone to do it or even afford a fast car. So we're trying to build something fast.
So much torque, the chassis twisted coming off the line.
We've got this Iron 350. It's originally a roller motor, and we're going to throw some aluminum AFR heads on it and see if we can't go drag racing. Today's video, we're going to try to get this thing sorted and mostly assembled. See how we get from this to this. But first, listen to that. You hear that? That's new, improved audio. Big shout out to Uncle Mike for helping us out with some new microphones. Thanks, Uncle Mike. Go give him a follow at Uncle Mike. If you didn't catch my first video, I'm working on this old square body I got from my stepdad, or you can reference this video where I kind of go over what we're doing. Basically, we're trying to build a 350 and a turbo 400 and see if we can't put this thing in the 8s. Let's go ahead and get started on the engine. Spent some time getting this old girl cleaned up. We cleaned the deck real nice. Chased some bolt hole threads. Look at this. Oh yeah, that's gonna torque down nicely. Paid close attention to make sure that all this firing area got super clean. No residue left. We wiped, we vacuumed, we oiled, we wiped some more.
Wipe, wipe, wipe.
We're probably gonna do one more good cleaning before we slam this thing together. I definitely don't want a bad head gasket coming in the way of us making good power. All right, it is flipping parts day. Finally got some parts in for this thing. Got the head gaskets. These are GM Performance 28,000s Crunch. We've got the Summit Performance Camshaft. It is the 8803 Big Meaty SOB. It's their Stage 4 cam. Either way, it's the biggest one I think that I could find in the house brand super cheap category. 224, 232, that's at 50 tappet lift. It's 112 degrees LSA. It says it's got 2 degrees ground into it. And with our rockers that I'll be showing you here in a second, it's gonna give us 587, 584, something like that on the intake and 576 on the exhaust. That brings us to our next part. We got the almost cheapest.
It is our most modestly priced receptacle.
Not house brand Proform roller tip, roller rockers. These things look okay. Not to knock them at all. The price reflects the quality. There is some, it looks like casting, flashing. They're, again, not to knock them at all. They're gonna do the damn job. They feel real smooth. They come with locks and everything. But there's our basic engine stuff. Last but not least, all of the gaskets we're gonna need for this. Right here, we've got a Molle front cover set with a new seal. We've got intake gaskets, cylinder head bolts for both sides, an engine mount that we're gonna need, finally an oil pan gasket. So this guy right here is definitely something we're gonna have because we have a thing. We got a thing. We need that. Either way, this part of the parts segment is brought to you in part by my wife.
My wife, Oksana, she's a boring.
Do you have a wife? You should probably get one. Does your wife buy you car parts? If not, you should probably get a different one. Car Parts, sponsored by Cal's wife. So normally when I slam these things in there, I do it dry. This, I had the lifter holes open, so I was lubing the journals as I threw it back. I used 2 Allen wrenches to kind of give me a grab on the front of the cam. Slid right on in. Then we got our timing set put on. I made sure that I was dot to dot and top dead center number 1. Got this put together. The cam does have some advanced ground into it, so hopefully that's gonna square us up. Wiped off the deck one last time, put our head gasket on there. Everything looks nice and good, so we're going to drop our head on there. Plopped right on, no problem. Go ahead and drop all our head bolts in. Once I got the head torqued down, it was time to measure for pushrod length. Couldn't quite get a good idea of my mark, so I painted. Got a nice centered mark using a couple different push rods and my pushrod checking tool, and got something I was happy with. And then it was time to finish up with the other head and drop our intake on there. So here she sits, got it off the engine stand. I think our next move is going to be wait on those push rods to come in and move our attention this way. This Turbo 400. I've got some parts in the mail, but tune in next time. We'll go ahead and get this thing apart. We'll go through the small list of upgrades I'm going to do to make sure this thing holds the 350 to 400 horsepower this 350 is going to make. As always, thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.